Now we are going to discuss about what is the relationship between temperature and kinetic energy. Student, before going to that, we have to learn about what is meant by energy and what is meant by kinetic energy. Students, the capacity to do work is called as a energy. Then what is meant by kinetic energy is that the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion. If any particle is in motion, which consists of a kinetic energy is there. Now, what is the relationship between our temperature and kinetic energy? Take two bowls. In one bowl take hot water, in another bowl take cold water. We are using food color daily in our homes. That means we are using, this is the one of the kitchen ingredient. So take a food color, that means which is having certain color. Now sprinkle the food color in the two bowls, which consist of a hot water and which consist of a cold water. Now observe the jiggling of this food color. Jiggling means spreading, that means random motion. We can observe the jiggling of food color in the two bowls, which is in hot body and which is also having cold body. That means, but we can observe keenly the jiggling or the random motion of the food color is high in the case of a hot water bowl. It is low in the cold water bowl. But what is meant, why these random motion? Because if the particles which are present in the water, that means food color, which is stick to the water molecules. If the food color is moving or jiggling, means the water molecules are jiggling. That means the water molecules are in motion in hot water and the water molecules also motion in cold water. But we can observe that the random motion of the food color is highest in the case of a hot water. That means the motion of food color particles is highest in the case of hot water. That means if the particles having highest motion in the hot water, that means the kinetic energy of hot water is high when compared with the cold water. In the cold water, the particles are moving, but not as compared with the hot water. That means the average kinetic energy of the cold water is less when compared with the hot water. So during this experiment, we can conclude the temperature is dependent on kinetic energy. So the relationship between temperature and kinetic energy, the average kinetic energy, average means there is innumerable particles are there in the water. So the average kinetic energy of total molecules is always directly proportional to the absolute temperature. From this we can conclude, if the particles which is having the highest kinetic energy, which having the highest temperature. One basic application we can see in our daily life situation, the flowing water in a river having the highest temperature when compared to the water in a still pond. Because the still pond, the water is at a constant position, they should not move. If they are not moving, means their average kinetic energy is very least. If the water in a river which can be flows, that means they are having, that is equal to highest motion. The particles are in highest motion, they are having highest kinetic energy, they are having average kinetic energy is also highest. We know that the average kinetic energy is always directly proportional to the absolute temperature. This is the reason the water which is in a river having the highest temperature when compared with the water which is in a still pond. Now one more activity we will do for understanding about the direction of heat that can be travelled from one body to another body. Now take a glass jar. In that glass jar, pour half of the portion with hot water, and the above surface of the hot water you just pour an oil. Keep in mind the oil should not mix with the water. For that purpose, pour the oil through the walls of the glass jar. That oil must be float on the hot water. Now keep a lid which consists of two holes. Now take two thermometers. Insert one thermometer, the bulb is through the oil. That means the bulb of the thermometer should be present in the oil itself only. The next take one more thermometer and insert through the another hole, and the bulb of the second thermometer should be lies inside the water. These two precautions we have to take very much. That means now observe the what happens in the reading. Now we can observe the temperature in the thermometer which is present in hot water, the mercury level gradually decreases, and the mercury level which is present in the oil, the mercury level gradually increases. That means the temperature in the thermometer which is present in oil is gradually increasing, and the temperature in the thermometer which is present in hot water is gradually decreasing. Here we in the previous experiment we have studied about the average kinetic energy is directly proportional to absolute temperature. From this we can conclude the average kinetic energy of the hot water is gradually decreases, and the average kinetic energy of the oil is gradually increases. Until what time does it travels? How much time it travels? Until what position does it travels means whenever the two bodies temperature, that means hot water and the oil temperature both are equal, during that until that time the change will be of in the thermometer will be continuous. That position we can call this as a thermal equilibrium. Now from this we can conclude temperature gives the direction. The temperature is always gives a direction, whereas heat is flows from one body to another body. So from these two activities we can conclude that the average kinetic energy is always directly proportional to the absolute temperature. If a body which consists of a highest average kinetic energy which is having the highest temperature, which a body which is consists of a lower kinetic energy which is having that is equal least temperature. Now we will do one activity to understand the rate of rise of temperature for different substances. Now take a glass tumbler, pour the water of hot water which is at 60 degrees centigrade. In that hot water insert two test tubes, test tube A and test tube B. Test tube B consists of a oil and test tube A consists of a water. These two test tube water, that means test tube A consists of water and test tube B consists of a oil, which are at room temperature before doing the experiment. And insert two thermometers, one in test tube A and one in test tube B, and fit these two test tubes with a retard stand. Now introduce the two test tubes in hot water and keep the two test tubes in hot water for a minimum time interval 15 to 20 minutes. In that 15 to 20 minutes completion, we have to observe the thermometer readings. In the thermometer reading in test tube A and the thermometer reading in test tube B is same, or there are any difference? We can observe the reading in the test tube A is lesser in the compared with the reading in the test tube B, but we given the heat is the same for the two test tubes, because these two test tubes are present in a hot water which is at 60 degrees centigrade, and the two test tubes we supply the heat for the same interval of time, that means either 15 minutes or 20 minutes. But the rise of temperature is different in test tube A and test tube B. That means we can observe the more heat is absorbed by the oil when compared with the water. That means the rise of temperature is different for different substances, though we are supplying of the same amount of heat and the same interval of time. So what is the reason? What is the reason for the rate of rise of temperature is different from one substance to another substance? For this purpose, we have to study on what factors does the either absorption of heat or loss of heat should be depends. For that purpose, we need to do one activity.